What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about AutoMapper in C Sharp. At first, let me explain when we can use AutoMapper. Imagine that we have a class with 50 properties. We have another class with just 4 properties. But these 4 properties are the same to the 4 of 50 properties of the first class. And now we have an instance of the first class and we want to create an instance from the second class with the data that is prepared from the instance of the first class. Okay, how do you do that? The first way is to doing this manually, and the second way is to using AutoMapper. One of the best situations that we can use AutoMapper is when we want to work with view models. Imagine that you have 100 fields in one of your tables in the database, or you have 100 properties in one of your data models in the entity framework, and you want to show just 3 of them to the user in the client side. Here you have to use view models. But how do you fill that view model? Here you can do this manually, and also you can use AutoMapper as I said before. In this video I want to show you how you can use AutoMapper. Let me create a project to start it. I choose console application with .NET framework, AutoMapper sample. Please notice that if you want to use AutoMapper, select at least this version of .NET Framework, 4.6.1. Don't use the older versions. Okay, now I have to write my classes or view models at first. Here I have to write the student class with these properties. The first one is the ID. The second one is the first name. The third one is the last name. The next one, of course, is the age. And the last one is registered date time. Okay, now I want to write a student view model or student DTO. Okay, public class student view model. It has just 3 properties. The first one is the first name. The second one is the last name. And the last one is the age of the student. Okay, please notice that you have to write the properties like each other. Look at these 3 properties in the student class and in the student view model class. They are the same. Okay, now here I want to create an instance of student. Var student equals to new student with these values. The ID is 1. The first name is Reza. The last name is Mohseni. Consider the age 20, and the registered date time is datetime.now. Okay, and then here I have to uh, create an instance of student view model and fill its data with the student uh, object. Okay, but here I want to do this manually without using AutoMapper. So here I have to say student view model dot first name equals to student dot first name. It's the way that we do manually. Student view model dot last name equals to student dot last name, and student view model dot age equals to student dot age. Okay, look at this line. Look at to these lines. Uh, we wrote 4 lines for just 3 properties. Imagine maybe you can have 50 properties, 20 properties, and writing them manually like this is a time-consuming task. So the second way is to using AutoMapper here. With AutoMapper, you can do this with just 1 line of code. It's not important how many properties do you have. You can do this with just 1 line of code after creating an instance of AutoMapper. Okay, here I will show you how to use it. At first, you have to install the AutoMapper from the NuGet package manager. Here you have to search for AutoMapper. Yes, it is. And here you have to select your project. Please select the latest stable version and click the install and the OK button. Yes, it finished. Now you have to use the AutoMapper namespace here. Please don't forget to write it here. Okay, now I want to use AutoMapper in my application. At first, I have to configure and create an instance of AutoMapper. I will do this in the start of my code. Okay, right here. Let me leave a comment, configure, and create an instance of the mapper. Okay, here I have to write the line of code for the configuration, var config equals to new mapper configuration. Okay, here you have to write the name of the classes that you want to map them to each other. For example, here I want to map the student class to the student view model class. So here I have to say, hey config, please know that I want to map the student class to the student view model class in the future. So I will write like this: config.create map from the student to the student view model class. Yes, that's it. It seems it's talking with me, you know? It's very easy. It's very easy. Hey, hey, config, please create a map from the student to the student view model. Okay, Now here I have to create an instance of the mapper with the config. So I have to write mapper equals to config dot create mapper. Yes, that's it. I created an instance of mapper with just 2 lines. Okay, and after that I can use the mapper everywhere I need to map classes to each other with just 1 line of code. Let me comment the old code. Here I can say var a student view model equals to mapper dot map. Here I have to say I want to map from the student to the student view model, and here is my input. Here is my student object. Okay, here I say, hey mapper, please map from the student view model, from the student to the student view model, and this is my input. This is the student object. Okay, uh, and it will give you uh, the output of type of student view model. Okay, uh, also here I can say student view model because its type is a student view model, but because I want to make my code shorter, so because of that I write here just var. Okay, now you can see I uh, did this with just 1 line of code. As I said, it's not important how many properties do you have. AutoMapper can do this with just 1 line of code. Let me delete the old codes. Here I want to test if it will work or not. Console.write line student view model dot first name. Okay, and I have to write this line to make the result, make the console visible. We have to see the first name in the console. Yes, that's it. It worked correctly. And yeah, we did this with just 1 line. Let me write a comment here, map from the student class to the student view model class. Let me comment these 2 lines. Okay, that's not the end. You can do many things with AutoMapper. Okay, uh, for example, imagine that we have another class here called course. Okay, let me write it here. Uh, Public class course. It has two or three properties: the ID, the name, and the added date time. Okay, uh, and our student class have another property from the type of course. Okay, so here I can say uh, the student have uh, the student has a property called course, and now I want to show the name of course of the student in the student view model. Okay, how can I do that with uh, AutoMapper. Look at these names. Here is course, and in the course class there is a property called name. So uh, here you have to write a property with the name of course name. How did I write this name? Huh? It is the mix of the course and the name of the property in the course. Okay, it is the mix of the course property name in the student class and that field in the course class that I need. Okay, the mix of these two names uh, is course name. So I have to write a property in the student view model class called course name. Now here I have to add a course object to my student class. Its ID is 1. Oh, not the string, it's int. Okay, the name is, for example, math, and the added datetime is datetime.now. Okay, now I want to see the result in the console. I want the course name property. There isn't any property in the student class called course name. Okay, yeah, that worked. There is just a property called course in the student class, and there is a name property in the course class. Okay, and the mix of the two names is course name. So I wrote the course name property in the student view model class, and AutoMapper can understand what I mean from the course name property, and uh, it will get the uh, name of the course from the course object. Okay, it is so talent. I think the AutoMapper is very good. Okay, as you saw it worked, and you saw the math in the console. Okay, but it's not the end too. Okay, uh, imagine that you have a list of a student and you want to convert or map the list of a student to the list of a student view model. If you want to do this manually, it is very time consuming, and I don't want to write it now. But I just want to say how you can do this manually. Okay, you have to create an instance of uh, list of student view model, and then you have to loop through the list of the students and do the other things. Okay, but here with AutoMapper uh, you can do this with just one line of code. At first I will write the list of the student. Okay, students equals to new list of a student, and here I will write my student objects. Okay, it's not anything special. It's just a list in C sharp, list of student, and I am filling this list with the students objects. Okay, I just want to add two objects to this list. Let me write the course object here. id equals to 1, name equals to history, and added datetime equals to datetime.now. Now let me copy this student object and let me paste here instead of writing it again. Here I have to change the values of the second student object, but maybe later. Here we have a list of students, okay, with just two students. Now I want to map this list to the list of student view model with the AutoMapper with just one line of code. So here I say var student view models equals to mapper.map from the list of student to the list of student view model, and here is my input. Here is the list of the students, okay, called the student. Here I say, hey mapper, please map from the list of students to the list of student view model with this input, with this list of students, okay, and it will give me the output with type of list of the student view model. Here I can write list of student view model, that's correct too, but because I want to make code shorter, as I said before, I just write here var. Okay, now let me test this console.writeLine student view models that, oh sorry, the first element, okay, that its index is 0 because it's 0 based. That first name. Now I have to write this to make console visible. Okay. Yes, that's it. It worked correctly. And yeah, that's something about the AutoMapper. You can read more about it in its documentation. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if it was helpful for you. The source code is in my GitHub account and you can download it. The link of my GitHub account is in the description below. Please leave a comment. If you have any idea, good luck, goodbye.